You're watching Good Day Siouxland with Nick Wilson and meteorologist Ethan Foreman. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Hey, good morning. Well, it's 6:45 on this Thursday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And overall, it sounds like we got a little bit of fog and maybe not much for rain chances.
Yeah, a little bit today, but it's not much. Here's a look at our Ho-Chunk Center camera in downtown Sioux City as we see a little bit of fog in the distance. Temperatures are a little chilly to start the day. May want a jacket as you head out the door. We're back up to 46 after dropping to 42 in Sioux City earlier, 45 in Cherokee, where we have the Cherokee Rodeo today with Chief Meteorologist Victor Perez, and then 43 now in Wayne, Nebraska. We also see visibilities being reduced down to 0 miles in Ida Grove and Mapleton, as well as Neely, back up to 1 mile in Sioux City, 1/10 of a mile right now in Vermilion, back up to 3 miles in Sheldon, Iowa. We'll see those high temperatures today climbing into the upper 60s and low 70s as we see some clouds moving back in and a chance of a sprinkle. More details on a hot weekend in your 9 on 9 forecast.
Well, hundreds of Siouxlanders gathered to show their support to loved ones deploying to the Middle East through the Iowa National Guard. 83 local National Guard members received a send-off at Bishop Heelan High School in downtown Sioux City yesterday. The soldiers are part of the HHT 113th Cavalry and Company D of the 334th Brigade Support Battalion. One of the soldiers told us these send-off events are crucial.
It's important that we hold send-off events like this so that we can recognize our soldiers, we can recognize the families and all the hard work that they put in for the past couple of years leading up to this deployment. They've put in so much time, and so have the families, and they've sacrificed so much for everyone.
The 83 local Guard members make up part of the roughly 1,800 soldiers now deploying to the Middle East for 1 year. The mission is in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. That's a rotational deployment that's been going on for the past 8 years. And elsewhere, a South Dakota church is continuing its efforts to support the Ukrainian people as the war in Ukraine rages on. Westminster Presbyterian in Sioux Falls shares its building with the local Ukrainian church. The combined congregations work together to support a new relief center for wounded soldiers. One church member who has traveled to Ukraine says he brought back an important message.
I'd say, what would you like to say to American people if you could? The most common answer that came back was, don't forget us. Please keep supporting us. It's not just whether you send us weapons, it's be on our side and support us for all we're going through.
Through the current fundraising campaign, the church hopes to raise enough money for medical supplies, rehabilitation services, and mental health support for Ukrainian soldiers returning from the front lines. All right, well, it's Thursday morning, and that means it's time for Celebrating the Nines.
That's right. We have a couple of number 9 birthdays to celebrate this week, so let's get started.
All right, first up is Adeline, who turned 9 back on May 24th.
And our winner this week is Bentley, who turned 9 on May 26th. Bentley is winning a $20 gift certificate to Pizza Ranch Fun Zone, courtesy of the restaurant. Congratulations and happy birthdays all around.
And remember, if you want to celebrate your 9s with us, it's easy. Just go to SiouxlandProud.com and click on Celebrating the 9s under the Contest tab to enter by Tuesdays at noon. Well, that's a great prize. Sure hope he enjoys his time at Pizza Ranch.
Yeah, and he also had his birthday on Memorial Day, too.
Yeah, funny timing there. Well, now it's time we meet today's Stray of the Day. Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue, who's just waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Cleo, an 8 to 9 week old female pit bull puppy. She was found on the Floyd Golf Course. The rescue says she's a tiny puppy that loves to play. She's still a baby, so she'll need some training as she gets older. If you know Cleo, please let her owners know she's at Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue. Otherwise, she'll be available for adoption starting on Sunday, June 1st.
If you lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. Go to SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. Well, she was found at a golf course, and honestly, the weather that we're seeing, not the worst golfing weather, as long as that rain can just stay away for a bit.
Yeah, Cleo certainly looks like a hole-in-one, but today's weather, maybe not quite a hole-in-one. Here's a look at our satellite and radar showing that we see some clouds moving back in, some morning fog. There is a chance of a few sprinkles moving in this afternoon. It won't be completely cloudy like it was the majority of the day yesterday. Some peaks of sun are still likely, but you'll see spotty showers are not impossible, including for the Cherokee guest weather at the Cherokee Rodeo with Chief Meteorologist Victor Perez. Those skies clear out of our region as we headed to Friday morning and into the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine for the forecast, not only for Friday, but also for the upcoming weekend as well. And we'll see that those rain chances are going to be fairly light for today, but you'll see another chance of a sprinkle is not impossible as we headed to Saturday morning, but most of us will just see a few clouds. Clouds will quickly clear out for the afternoon. We'll see those rain chances staying very light, with most of us under 0.05 of an inch. We'll also see it. We're also watching a severe threat that's off to our northwest right now for Monday, a slight risk of severe weather. Right now it looks like it may impact us in the evening hours into the overnight, and so we'll continue to watch this carefully. The model runs do have it weakening a bit as it moves closer, but things could change, so make sure to stay with us as we get closer. Also a severe threat to our south on Tuesday that we're also keeping an eye on. That could also move further northward. Stay tuned this weekend with meteorologist Maggie Warren as we get closer. Morning fog and a slight warm up with those sprinkles today, a high temperature of 71. At least we'll have very light winds just like the last few days, clearing skies and cool tonight with a low temperature of 47. Friendly reminder, we also have a drought monitor coming out in the next hour or so be sure to tune in on my Facebook page later this morning or at 11:30. We'll see those temperatures warming up for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Even Monday, seeing some muggier conditions. Look at that temperature Tuesday morning, gross. 70 degrees for a low, but we'll actually see those temperatures that you're seeing on Tuesday in the morning falling through the afternoon, and showers possible Wednesday and Thursday, heating up by Friday, June 6th. Any precip we see next week, friendly reminder, will not be on our drought monitor until Thursday, June 12th, and then clearing skies and back in the 80s by Saturday, June 7th.
Now we turn to sports. We've got a mix of soccer, golf, and softball updates for you. Anthony Mitchell has the highlights right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. Regional semifinal play underway last night for Iowa High School girls soccer as many teams aim to advance to state, including the Lady Dutch of MOC Floyd Valley, who visit the top seed in the Class 1A Region 2 bracket in Bishop Heelan. This matchup features two of the top 10 goal scorers in the class, Dort Siney, Aubrey DeShaw, in a tie for 7th with 31. Drake commit Traylon White in 5th with 37. Crusaders lead 1-0. Looking for more long shot turned aside from Emma Cunin. Lady Dutch keeper facing a flurry of early shots here. White with another chance for Bishop Heelan. You can count this one. 38th goal of the season makes it 2-0 Crusaders. Home team tacks on another to boost that lead to 3. Reese Bleeker gets in on the fun there thanks to the post. Crusaders win big 10-0. They'll host Humboldt in Friday's regional final. Now for a look at some other regional semifinal girls soccer scores from last night, featuring our local Iowa teams. There in Class 2A Region 8, the semifinal round, Spencer takes down Spirit Lake Park Okoboji 9-2. Anna Olson scored 4 goals in the win for the Tigers there. They'll host ADM on Friday with a state trip on the line. Meanwhile, in Class 3A, the Region 4 semifinal, Sioux City East falls to Dowling Catholic 3-0. That final score there. East ends the year at 10-6-2. The full list of scores on our website, SiouxlandProud.com. The final day of the Iowa High School Boys Golf State Tournament was in the spotlight yesterday as Siouxland squads and individual golfers in all 3 of our classes vied for that elusive title. In Class 1A, Jackson Kaiser of Boynton Hall led our local golfers with a score of 3 over, good for a 3rd place finish there. Also, Carter Klein-Woltrank of Boynton Hall shot 8 over, tied for 6th place. Boynton Hall as a team shot 42 over for first place. Back-to-back state champs there for the Comets. Also, Akron Westfield and Woodbury Central placed 8th and 9th, respectively. In 2A, Drew Burke of Ridgeview shot 12 over. That finished in a tie for 16th there. Ridgeview as a team shot 72 over for 6th place. The Royals of MMCRU finished in 12th. Wrapping up in 3A, Carson Corver of MOC Floyd Valley finished his tournament under par, shooting 1 under there. Good for a tie for 4th place. As a team, the Dutchman shot 12 over. That was tied for first with Waverly Shellrock at the end of the tournament, but as you can see on the graphic there, they lost via the tiebreaker. Spencer finished 8th. The rest of the results on our website. You know exactly where that is, SiouxlandProud.com. And finally, Nebraska softball 2A talent Jordy Ball was named the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association D1 Player of the Year, becoming the first player in program history to earn the honor. The Nebraska native was also a unanimous NFCA first-team All-America selection. Ball broke numerous Huskers records this season, including becoming the first player in Big Ten history to win both the Player and Pitcher of the Year awards in the same season. That's your look at sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds has signed another 2 bills into law. Both measures aim to improve access to rural health care. The first bill incentivizes medical students to practice in a rural clinic through a new loan forgiveness program. The second measure expands the legal definition of a health care provider. That gives workers additional protection if they are assaulted in the workplace. Both changes have some rural health officials feeling more optimistic about the future.
These strategic investments will not only strengthen Iowa's healthcare system, I believe they'll make Iowa the place where physicians want to learn, where they want to train, and where they want to practice.
Sustaining our ability to recruit and retain healthcare workers in rural Iowa is a priority of this administration. Workforce shortages are one of our biggest challenges in rural healthcare, and since the pandemic, shortages have grown only more severe.
The governor's office estimates the student loan repayment program could create 460 new residency slots in the Hawkeye State over the next several years. Well, meanwhile, in South Dakota, the Rosebud Sioux Tribe has declared a state of emergency on its reservation. Yesterday's declaration marks the 3rd from the tribe in 6 years. Now, that comes as tribal government contends with drug use, trafficking, and gun violence. They're seeking more law enforcement resources from the federal government. The U.S. Attorney for South Dakota says her office is doing the best they can to help, but they face limited financial resources.
The resources we're given, money-wise, are only enough to fund 6 full-time employees. But we have made the decision to use about 18 full-time employees, the equivalent of 18 full-time employees, to work violent crime and drugs in Indian country. And we do that because we know that if we're not there, it's up to the tribes on their own, because the state can't operate in Indian country when it comes to these issues.
Ramsdell adds her office would appreciate more federal funding, which would allow them to hire more employees. All right, well, one last check on that forecast. We've been talking about some fog in the area and some rain chances to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, no, but not everybody is going to see rain today. In fact, most won't. But we do have some morning fog to contend with as well. Slight warm up this afternoon as we see a high temperature of 71. Make sure to tune in this evening to our 5 and 6 o'clock newscasts for guest weather forecasts. And again, tonight and also tomorrow morning for those forecasts. We'll see a low of 47 tonight, clearing skies and cool conditions. Your 9 on 9 forecast showing we'll see temperatures that will start to warm up. 82 on Friday, 86 the high on Saturday, near 90 Sunday and Monday. But you'll see those overnight lows Monday and Tuesday morning are very warm, meaning muggy conditions will be around as well, and the possibility of severe weather Monday night or Tuesday morning. So be sure to keep checking back with us as we get closer. There is a lot of uncertainty as to how warm we'll get on Tuesday, because some model runs have us in the 60s, others have us in the 80s. It's all going to depend on timing, so make sure to stay tuned as we get closer.
We'll watch out for all of that. In the meantime, got that hot weekend to contend with coming up.
We sure do.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 11:30.